Hey guys, this is Stevie Wong here at Comic-Con Live, and for the next 4 days I'll be covering a load of celebrity interviews, including the cast of Rock and Rolla, Watchmen, Clone Wars, and just loads more. Enjoy. We grew up with manga and all that kind of stuff. Were you a big comic book fan growing up?
I was a pretty big comic book fan. I was, my introduction to comic books was more, I came from sort of fantasy art side. Like I was into heavy metal and publication, that publication in particular. So, comic books, I always say, comic books didn't have a lot of, they weren't really violent enough for me or sexy enough for me, most comic books. And then when I got, like The Dark Knight and Watchmen, that kind of changed it for me. I started to say, hey, that's pretty cool.
Now, taking on the Watchmen, which is both sexy and violent, at any point, was there any call for you to kind of hold back, or were you given this really great opportunity?
I told the guys, look, the movie's gonna be rated R. I don't know what to tell you. So we were pretty much, firing on all cylinders from the beginning. So
now, everybody's been talking about this 3-hour cut. I want to see it, but I'm just wondering. I mean, can you really cut it down to a 2.5?
I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. When it's not Watchmen, I'll stop.
Now, bringing it to something like Comic-Con, then you've been really good to the people here. You brought 300. I mean, what is the reaction to you? Are you God? Is it a?
No, I think that the reaction is enthusiastic because this crowd loves that book. So it's I would hope that they can see that I love it, and that maybe that's cool for them.
What's the nicest thing is you have a really amazing cast here who are very diverse and really interesting. What was that like a point when you decided to cast it?
Well, we kind of went at each character one at a time, and we found the right person for it, and then we ended up with this group of people that it wasn't done by a committee or anything. I just met with the guys and we tried to vibe, and it worked out great.
It must be nice to have a group of actors who are just as proud of the film and talking about you in such a wonderful. What was it like to work with them?
It was great. Each one of them, did their homework. They knew exactly what they wanted their character to be, and that was really, for me, it's awesome to see them go hey, in the graphic novel he says this, and I'm like, that's cool, that's good.
And how much because I know you used the graphic novel as a really good reference point then. I mean, did you use it throughout the shoot? Or
we did. We used it throughout the shoot. I'm a fan of, the point of Watchmen is, it's a lot of big ideas, right? It's not just let's see the suit or let's see the ship, It's a thing that's let's see the ideas work. And I think that for me anyway, having the graphic novel there helped us to remind us of the ideas, that the ideas were working.
We're looking forward to the presentation later.
Awesome.